So, sa pagpasok ng administrasyon ni dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos, ay ganun pa rin ang sitwasyon. Mas lalo pa rin nahirapang mangolekta ng buwis ang ating bansa at mababa pa rin ang tax revenue or ang gross low tax yield. Mababa pa rin ang tax yield ng ating bansa. So, during the latter part or the end na ng kanyang authoritarian regime or yung martial law, ay nakadepende pa rin sa indirect taxation ang ating bansa. And 70% ng tax collection ay from indirect taxation. So, the system remain unresponsive pa rin ng ating ekonomiya. Taxes grew at an average annual rate. So, yung annual rate ng tax is 15% and generated a low tax yield. So, kahit na yung annual rate is 15%, which is medyo mataas na, for an annual rate is mababa pa rin dahil corruption. Dahil sa kamay pa rin ng mga gahaman. Pero during the Marcos regime ay medyo binawas-bawasan niya yung mga corrupt sa Kongreso dahil sa kanyang fundamental yung technocrats. Dahil sa kanyang polisiya na yun ay na-wash out yung mga corrupt na Kongreso or pinalitan niya or dahil sa authoritarian regime which is nasa hawak niya ang power sa ating bansa, kaya ang mga tao sa Kongreso ay walang magawa. Pero may mga iba na naman silang yung mga corrupt, meron pa rin ginawa talaga na naging naka-apekto sa pang-elekta ng buwis ng ating bansa, which is yung mga kaalyado ng Pangulo ay mga corrupt pa rin. Sa kanila pa rin bulsa na pupunta ang pera. Ang mga mayayaman ay lalong mayaman at ang mga mahirap ay mas lalong hirap. Kahit na authoritarian regime or authoritarian law ang pinatupad ni Marcos, ay patuloy pa rin ang korupsyon sa ating bansa na naging nagkaroon ng malaking epekto sa fiscal policy or pangungulekta ng buwis sa ating bansa. As Corazon Aquino took the helm of the government after the EDSA revolution, she reformed tax system to the 1986 tax reform program. So after matalo ni Ferdinand Marcos kay Corazon Aquino dahil sa EDSA revolution or yung snap election na nangyari, ay ang unang ginawa ni Cory Aquino or ni Corazon Aquino ay ang baguhin ng ating tax program or with the tax system through the 1986 tax reform program. Diba dahil nga may pinagpilian si Cory kung anong gagawin niya sa konstitusyon ng Pilipinas. It's either i-adapt niya yung konstitusyon ni dating Pangulong Marcos, palitan niya or magbuo siya ng bagong konstitusyon. So ang ginawa niya ay gumawa siya ng sarili niyang konstitusyon, which is the 1987 Constitution. So, di ba ang sabi niya, nasa kamay niya ang pagbabago sa ating bansa at sisimulan niya ito sa pagbabago ng konstitusyon. Isa na rito ang pagbabago sa fiscal policy or pangungulekta ng buwis sa ating bansa through the 1986 tax reform program. The aim was to improve quality or equity by ensuring that similarly situated individuals and firms bear the same tax burden. So, ang sabi niya, ang 1986 tax reform program ay naglalayong ay hindi lang para sa mga equity or lahat ng individual or lahat ng uri ng tao or yung class, mahirap ka, mayaman ka, may lupa ka, o nasa kongreso ka man, ay magbabayad ka ng buwis. Hindi tulad ng mga nakaraang administrasyon, which is yung mga nasa kongreso ay hindi napapasa ng mga batas dahil sila yung mahirapan kapag sila ay nagpasa ng batas dahil ayaw nga nila magbayad ng buwis or ng tamang buwis. So during the Corazon Aquino administration ay gusto niyang wakasan ito by forming the 1986 tax reform program that improve equity by ensuring that similarly situated individuals and firms bear the same tax burden. So pare-parehas na ang binabayaran or kahit sino ka ay magbabayad ka na ng tax during her tax reform program. So, during that time, sinimplify din niya yung tax system ng ating bansa at inintroduce niya yung VAT system. So, yung VAT or value added tax ay isa sa major reform ng tax system ng ating bansa. So, ano nga ba ang VAT? VAT or value added tax is a tax pressed and collected at each stage of manufacturing, distributing, and selling an item. And it also added to a product at every point of the supply chain where value is added to it. Uniform rates of 10% on sale of domestic and imported goods and services and 0% on export and foreign currency denominated sales. So, 10% daw ang uniform rate sa sale of domestic and imported goods. Imported means galing sa ibang bansa and services. And 0% ang exports and foreign currency. So, walang VAT sa export and foreign currency. 10% in lieu of varied rates applicable to fixed taxes, advance sales tax, tax on original sale, subsequent sale tax, compensating tax, mailer tax, contractor tax, broker's tax, film lessors and distributor tax, excise tax on solvent and matches, and excise tax on processed videotapes. Number 3, 2% tax on entities with annual sales receipts of less than 5,200,000 pesos. So, 2% daw ang tax na ipapato or VAT na ipapato sa entities na may annual sales receipts of less than 5,200,000 pesos. So, 2% lang yung VAT ng every entity na may halagang 5,200,000 pesos. Number 4 is adoption of tax credit method of calculating tax by subtracting tax on inputs from tax on gross sales. So, tax credit method means a tax is calculated on every transaction. The tax rate is applied to the price the firm changes. The tax is calculated and then printed on the value or sales or purchase invoice. So, karaniwan nakikita ito sa mga resibo kapag tayo ay namimili. Exemption of the sale of basic commodities such as agriculture and marine food products in their original state price, regulated petroleum products and fertilizers. So, exempted daw sa VAT ang sale of basic commodities such as agriculture and marine food products. So, exempted yung palay and mga isda na binibenta ng mga farmers or mangingisda dahil sila ay nasa kanilang original state price at saka sa petroleum products and fertilizers. Number 5, additional 20% tax on non-essential articles such as jewelry, perfumes, toilet waters, yacht, and other vessel for pleasure and sports. So, additional 20% tax daw or VAT tax
on non-essential articles gaya ng mga alahas, perfume, toilet waters, mga yate, or other vessel for pleasure or hindi basic commodities na ginagamit. And sports. So, napirmahan ang VAT law noong 1986 at ito ay ini-implementa noong 1988. Naging reliable source ito ng malaking tax revenue nung mga panahong yun, pero as new tax laws will reduce its reliability as legislated exemptions grew.
So during the administration of Aquino, the corruption was relatively reduced, which improved the trust in the BIR in general. Kasi isa sa naging hakbang sa pagbabago ng tax system ng ating bansa yung pagbuo ng BIR, which is organize niya yung Department of Finance or yung Ministry of Finance, pinalitan yung mga dating nakaupo or nilinis na yung administrasyon or na administration of President Corazon Aquino, ay tumaas ang tax revenue ng ating bansa from 10.7% noong 1985 or nung administration ni Ferdinand Marcos to 15.4% in 1992. So, isa ditong naginahilan yung pag-introduce niya ng VAT or yung value added tax. So, yun, naging dahilan yun ng pagtaas ng tax revenue ng ating bansa at nabawasan din ng korupsyon, kaya nagkaroon ng pagpapasa ng batas, which is yung VAT or yung pag-introduce ng VAT sa ating bansa. So, greater political stability during administration of Fidel V. Ramos in 1992 allowed continued economic growth. The Ramos administration invented its own tax reform program in 1997 through Comprehensive Tax Reform Program. So, nung pumasok na ang administrasyon ni Fidel V. Ramos, nagkaroon ng greater political stability daw ang kanyang pamamahala. So, si Fidel Ramos ay nag-introduce din ng kanyang sariling tax system or tax reform system, which is the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program of 1997.
The Comprehensive Tax Reform Program was implemented to make tax system broad-based, simple, and with reasonable tax rates. 2. Minimize tax avoidance allowed by existing flaws and loopholes in the system. And 3. Encourage payments by increasing tax exemption levels, lowering the highest rates, and simplifying procedure, and rationalize the grant of tax incentive, which was estimated to be worth 531.7 billion pesos in 1994. The VAT base was also broadened in 1997 to include services through Republic Act 7716. The features of the improved VAT laws were as follows. Number 1, restored the VAT exemption for all cooperatives, agriculture, electric, credit, and multi-purpose and others, provided that the share capital of each member does not exceed 515,000 pesos. Number 2, expanded the coverage of the term simple processes by including broiling and roasting, effectively narrowing the tax base for food products. Expanded the coverage of the term original state by including molasses. So, in-expand na rin ang coverage of the term original states by including molasses daw or pagsali sa molasses, which is a sugar substitute, a viscous substance resulting from refining sugar cane or sugar beets into sugar. So, it is isa itong substitute to sugar. So, sinali na rin sa VAT taxation. in Maguindanao on molasses ay tinatawag ding sanggaka. Exempted from the VAT are the following: importation of meat, sale or importation of coal and natural gas in whatever form or state, educational services rendered by private educational institution duly accredited by the Commission on Higher Education or JED, house and lot and other residential dwelling valued at 51 million and below, subject to adjustment using the Consumer Price Index or CPI. List of residential units with monthly rental per unit of not more than 58,000, subject to adjustment using CPI, and sale, importation, printing, or publication of books and any newspaper.
7. Mas pinabroad niya rin ang sakop ng VAT or yung mga dating exempted ay binawasan para mas lalong dumami pa ay mas lumaki pa ang tax revenue ng bansa. The succeeding term, President Joseph Estrada or ERAP in 1998 was too short to constitute any change in the tax system. Yung Pangulong Joseph Erap Estrada ay napatalsik sa kanyang pwesto after 2 years of administration dahil sa anomalya na at mga kasong inipato sa kanya gaya ng pagkakonekta niya sa wedding at kinasuhan siya ng plunder and perjury kasama ang kanyang anak na si Jenggoy Estrada. So, ang kanyang Vice President na si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo ang tumayo at nagpatuloy sa kanyang nalalabing termino. So, after ng termino ni matapos ni Arroyo or remaining term ni Joseph Estrada ay tumakbo ulit siya sa pagkapangulo noong 2004. Through increased government spending without adjusting tax collection. So, naggasto daw siya gamit ang pondo ng gobyerno, pero ang mali niya ay hindi niya gi-adjust ang tax collection. So, maapektuhan yung pondo or yung pagbabudget ng bansa kasi kailangan i-adjust niya yun kung mag-suspend siya ng mas malaki sa dati. Kailangan din i-adjust kasi para mabalik maging maayos yung pagbabudget ng bansa. Yung cause ito ng malaking deficit during 2002 to 2004 kasi hindi niya gi-adjust yung tax collection system ng bansa. So, yung gobyerno kailangan nilang maghanap ng bagong source or resources na mapagkukunan ng revenue in 2005. At ang ginawa nila ay introduce nila ang EVAT or Expanded Value Added Tax. So, sa mga nakarang administrasyon ay exempted pa ang ilang mga energy products such as coal. Pero sa kanya, with the EVAT, ay subjected na ng pang VAT ang energy products such as coal, petroleum products, electricity, generation, transmission, and distribution. So, nagkaroon na sila ng VAT. So, meron na silang value-added tax at kasama rin ang professional services tulad ng lawyers and doctors. So, may VAT na rin silang babayaran. Kasi ito yung nakita nilang paraan upang magkaroon ng pondo during 2005 rate from 10% to 12%. Initaas din nila ang corporate income tax from 32% to 35%. So, noong 2010, naging Pangulo ng bansa si Benigno Aquino III. At sabi niya ay hindi niya babaguhin ang tax system ng bansa o wala na siyang babaguhin dito, adjusting existing tax. So, sabi niya wala siyang i-introduce or i-introduce ng bagong tax system or batas, pero ang gagawin niya is i-adjust niya pa yung existing tax or yung mga nauna ng tax na in-introduce ng former administrations. So, ang first na ginawa niya yung adjustment ng excise tax on liquor and cigarettes or the sin tax reform program. So, yung sin tax program na ito or yung excise sin tax reform program ay naglalayong hindi lamang about sa fiscal policy or sa pangolekta ng buwis, but also kinonsider din nila yung health connection nito dahil kapag tumaas ang presyo ng sigarilyo at alcohol ay mababawasan ang paggamit ng tao dito or pag-inom ng tao dito na magiging dahilan ng pagbaba ng pagkakaroon ng sakit dahil sa paninigarilyo at pag-inom ng so kapag pinataas daw yung presyo or pinatawa ng malaking tax ang mga sigarilyo at liquor products ay mababawasan ang paggamit ng tao dito at mababawasan din ang mga taong nagkakasakit dahil sa pagkonsumo ng mga produkto na ito. So ang resulta nito ay tumaas ang tax revenue from the tobacco and liquor industry. Dahil doon ay naka-receive ng investment grade status ang bansa. Dahil sa sin tax reform ay lumaki ang budget ng DOH or Department of Health or triple in 2015, and free health insurance premium for people enrolled in Philippines increased from 55.2 million in 2012 to 515.4 million in 2015. Diba, grabe, laki ng naitulong ng sin tax reform sa health industry or health department ng ating bansa, health sector ng ating bansa, which is malaki ang pakinabang sa mga Pilipino. The administration of the new President Rodrigo Roa Duterte promised tax reform. So, ang sabi ni bagong Pangulong President Duterte ay magkakaroon ng tax reform. Particularly in income tax as viewed to lower income tax rate shouldered by working Filipinos. So, sa income tax daw siya nag-focus kasi nakikita niya daw na ang pumabasa ng pababayad ng tax ay ang mga Filipino worker. The present income tax scheme of the country is the second highest in Southeast Asia, and the current laws on income taxes were outdated as they were drafted 2 decades ago. Kasi sabi niya, parang yung tax system ng bansa is very outdated na kasi 2 decades ago pa daw karamihan na draft. So sabi niya kailangan na magpababago dahil mostly ang pumapasan daw is yung the proposed tax reform also seeks to limit VAT exemption and increase tax in petroleum product and automobiles. So pinaliit pa yung exemptions ng petroleum products and automobiles. So nagdahilan din dito ng pagtaas ng tax revenue. So I hope na ang mga tax reform ni President Duterte ay makakatulong sa economic development that will help na mararamdaman ng lahat ng klase ng tao, hindi lang yung mga nasa taas, pati nasa laylayan. So, during the administration of President Duterte din is mas pinalawak niya pa ang sin tax reform ni dating President Aquino at mas pinataas ang tax collection sa alcohol and cigarettes kasi yung naging presyo na ng sigarilyo is 3 pesos per stick and 60 pesos per pack. So, grabe na yung laki ng pataw ng tax sa kanila. And nagresulta rin ito pang magkaroon ng mataas na tax revenue ang bansa during his administration. Kahit ngayon, ganun pa rin ang system, mataas ang tax na pinapataw na tax sa tobacco and alcohol na naging malaking tulong sa hindi lang sa pagkakaroon ng pondo ng ating bansa kundi pati rin sa kalagayan ng ating kalusugan or ng kalusugan ng mga Pilipino. Ito ang nagpapakita na hindi lang ang fiscal policy or ang pangungulekta ng buwis nakakapekto sa ekonomiya, pati na rin sa kalagayan o kalusugan, especially kalusugan ng mga tao, maaaring makaapekto ito kung maayos ang pag-administrate or may papakita na kung maayos ang pamamahala sa fiscal policy or pangolekta ng buwis, ay hindi lang ang ekonomiya ang magkikinabang, pati na rin ang karamihan ng mamamayan.